All right, everybody, this right here is something that kind of based off a conversation I had where some of my students were coming to me, and as of me recording this, it is October 11th of 2021. And right now, in economic news, is a lot of talk about the debt ceiling and the U.S. debt and the possibility of $1 trillion coin being minted by the U.S. Mint. And a lot of them were coming to me kind of confused, not really understanding um, economy. Did I spell that right? I don't know, but a lot of them were coming to me asking me, "Hey, what's up? I don't understand what's happening. Are we all gonna die? That kind of stuff." And some of them actually asked me, "Are we all gonna die?" And and some of them asked, "Well, why don't we just make a bunch of money and because if all our money's paper, why don't we just print off a bunch of money, pay off all of our debt, and be done with it?" Sounds like a good idea. Because hey, we're out of debt. We made a bunch of money. We paid it off. Everything's fine and dandy. Except that would be horrible. And and this is kind of the explanation I used for this that I'm kind of doing now. Um, and this is kind of a simple way to try to understand inflation. Because one of the biggest issues that people have when it comes to trying to pay off the debt, specifically by printing your way out of debt, you may end up with a worse problem, and that is rampant inflation or even hyperinflation, where the inflation has gotten so out of control that you end up in a death spiral and you go Weimar Germany pre Uncle Adolf time. That was one of the things that brought him into power and made the Great Depression horrible. And so what happens is really this. Within any economy, you have this thing called money. Now, money can be a lot of different things. But for the sake of our little example, we're going to use dollars. So I got $1, $2, $3, $4, and $5. So I got $5 in my cash markets. This is the money that's flowing around and all this other stuff. This is the money in your pocket, money in your bank account. Again, this is meant to be an easy example that can be easily digested. Now, within my economy, I have 5 circles. So I have 5 circles in my economy, $5 in my economy. What is the value of a circle? It'd be $1. Because I got 5 circles, I have $5. Now, what would happen, hypothetically, if I just add $5 more to my economy? What becomes the value of a circle then? $2. So I end up with, so what happened is this. I still have 5 circles in my economy. The size of my economy did not grow. It did not shrink. But the only thing that happened was the money supply doubled. Where I once had $5 to represent all 5 circles in my economy, I now have $10 to represent all 5 circles in my economy. So now, the only thing that I've done is, in essence, devalue my currency. Now, what happens, and this is kind of a real conversation that's had amongst a lot of the economic thinkers. A lot of Keynesians believe pump the economy full of money, that can actually create more goods and services within the economy. So in essence, the amount of circles I have grow within my economy. Austrians, they don't really buy into this so much. That's kind of a long, drawn-out conversation that goes way outside the scope of this, and I might make a video involving that. I kind of dabbled in that earlier this year, which try to help set the stage a little bit for some other things. But this is ultimately where a good chunk of inflation comes from, especially in the realm of printing money. So when the government prints money, whatever it be, the $1 trillion coin so that way the US doesn't default on its debt, or countries that try to print their way out of debt, or anything involving, hey, let's just have more money. More money is not necessarily a good thing, because something that you also need to be aware of, think about, take into consideration is, well, how big is your economy? What is going on within your economy? Now, if prices are too high, oh my gosh, it's $2. We need to bring the prices back down. But you can grow your economy accordingly, then you can bring inflation down. And again, inflation really, just to make it, short, sweet, simple definition, is the loss of value or the devaluing of your money. Your money is worth less and worth less. So if you can grow your economy and keep your money supply at a relatively similar growth trajectory, then you don't have to worry about inflation, where the loss of value, or even what we call deflation, where it's really the reverse of inflation. So if I were to, grow my economy, but I yank out a lot of my money, like half my money, well, what's the value of a circle now? Well, it's half a dollar or 50 cents. So in essence, this is what deflation can look like. And again, simple example meant to kind of just touch on this idea a little bit, and to answer some questions that I've been getting, and to throw this up here in case anybody else was having some questions. Because again, this is a wacky time, definitely a wacky time, and involving questions about the debt limit and spending and the trillions of dollars that have come into existence and all that stuff. So hope this helps. If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, let me know. And aside from that, I got nothing left to say. I'm out.